Right, welcome back to episode... I think this is episode 5 now, because I did one with my dad recently. But we're joined here with Aurenna. Aurenna is a Thai and K1 fighter.
Yeah.
Please correct me if I'm wrong on the introduction here, but you are number 1 in the UK in your weight category in K1.
Yep.
And what number are you in Muay Thai?
Currently number 4, but as of next week, hopefully number 3.
Nice. Oh yeah, you've got a fight coming up next week. How are you feeling?
Really calm and relaxed, actually.
Is this the same sort of mentality you have going into every fight, or have there been some where you're like a bit shitting yourself?
I can be a bit antsy sometimes. I think I'm my own worst enemy with my mind.
I'm the same, yeah. I find that when you do nothing, that's when it's worse. Like for me, if I'm just sitting there, like it's when I'm not training and stuff, and then you start going, oh, what if this, what if that, going over scenarios. Yeah. How do you deal with that? Is there a way you kind of quiet your mind when it comes to...
I keep busy.
Is that just...
The main thing I found in life is I always need a balance. Like, I can't just do one thing. I have to have something else. So, like, my tattooing or... Like, there's always something.
Yeah, just to keep you busy. If you did nothing, you would just end up just in your own mind.
Yeah.
I suppose as well with Muay Thai, it's a very... fighting in general, it's a very... intense kind of atmosphere where you have to learn how personally you can keep yourself chilled out, because if you don't know how you do that, you're just sitting there like stressing out the whole time.
Because at the end of the day, your mind controls your body. So like if you're like up here messed up, then your body is not going to respond how you want it to.
What would you do then if, say, Muay Thai didn't exist, or say fighting didn't exist?
Oh my god.
What would you do?
I was a gymnast originally, so...
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that from your dad.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe I would have stuck at that or something else. I do a lot of CrossFit as well, so I'd have to have a goal, like, to focus myself.
How come you changed from... Because... By the way, shout out to Jerry. Jerry will be coming on this podcast soon. We just got to get all the dates mixed up. We're lucky enough got this finally sorted because this was supposed to happen like weeks ago. But your dad's 6-time British champion?
8.
8-time?
Yeah. And European as well. So I'm not sure exactly how many on each one because like there's so many fights
he's had. Going.
Yeah, because he's won a K1 title before. He's won multiple Muay Thai titles in different weight categories as well.
Okay.
And then he's done loads of boxing fights. So you're going to have to ask him if he can remember.
I'll put him to the test.
Yeah.
I'll get him to sit down and just get it all out on paper. So when he comes, he's like in 20 whatever year.
Yeah, we need it all documented because otherwise it's like he doesn't talk to me about it that much.
Does he not talk at all about the fighting to you?
He talks about the fighting, but for me, not about himself.
It's probably quite good though. It's kind of like... Was there, because you did gymnastics, was it him who kind of influenced you to go into fighting? Because was he a big influence, or was it kind of you saw him? Because if he's not talking about it, was it just you seeing him doing it and you've gone, oh, I want to give that a go? Well,
so I stopped gymnastics when I was like, I think 12-ish, and like tried other things like cheerleading and stuff. Can you imagine?
Cheerleading. I don't know why, I just imagine you just punching someone in the face just mid.
Well, that is my whole personality.
Fuck off.
Yeah, so when I was really young, like as soon as I could walk, he put gloves on me and he was like, this is like for self-defense, and he drilled into my head, always keep your hands up. That was the main thing he would always say to me. And so just occasionally he'd take me down to shin kick when I was a kid, and I'd just run around the ring and beat him up. But it was never like consistent because I was doing my gymnastics like full time. So then...
Sorry, I'm fiddling about here trying to get this out.
The ADHD.
Honestly. Right, carry on.
Yeah, then so when I hit around 15, because I quit everything when I was about 13, I think, due to like anxiety and stuff. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. Couldn't do anything. I was a wreck. Then he was like, try this. Like, he'd take me down to the dojo and would just let me beat him up. Poor guy, bare elbows and everything. I didn't know any different, so he was just like, hit me. He's crazy. Anyway, so
this was like Thai sparring, but just no guard,
full
no shit.
just a fight, yeah. Like 14-year-old me or whatever, like with my emo hair, just going at it. I'll see if I can find.
Thing is, as well, when you're like new at it, you cannot control your power at all.
Yeah,
so
I had no
ow.
idea. Yeah, but he likes being beaten up. So yeah, so I did that, and then at the dojo I fell into like karate. And that just gave me so much more confidence, and like in school and things, I started to find myself and like go into school, like because before I wouldn't go in because I'd lock myself in the bathroom. I'd get anxious, and the teachers would have to come and get me from home and things like that. So my poor parents had hell, but yeah.
Dad was like, just teach her to fight, she'll be fine.
Yeah, literally. It's like, so yeah, it was like a way to channel things, and he was like, we need to find her something. So the karate was that, and I went into that, and then I was still doing a bit of gymnastics as a hobby alongside that, but I then fought in Poland for the first time in this karate style.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know it was the World Championships, and they put me up against a 70-kilo Russian black belt. And this was my first fight ever, and I was 45 kilos, and I had a broken back.
Wait, she was 70?
Yeah, because they don't have weight categories.
What? wait.
It's crazy.
So it's in Poland.
Yeah.
You're having your first karate fight.
I didn't know the rules either.
It was just, okay, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
And what was this promotion? Underground fight?
No, it was a gigantic stadium full of thousands of people from all over the world. And I was just thrown in. I had no idea what I was doing, but my coach was like, yeah, you'll be fine. I didn't know the rules. Like, I was like, I'll just punch anything and kick anything. And yeah, so I did that. And I actually, the week before that, I broke my back at gymnastics.
Jesus Christ.
So I was like, oh, well, what am I going to do?
Yeah, what?
Like, well, I've got Poland books, so...
So you just firmed it? You just were like, fuck it.
Yeah, well, I didn't realise until... I told my dad, I was like, my back's awful. Like, what's going on? It's just seizing up all the time. I'm in so much pain. He was like, oh, it's fine. So then, this was in October.
The classic, like, fighter's mentality, innit?
Yeah.
It's fine, just carry on.
Yeah, get on with it. So then, so this was October time, and then by Christmas I was like, this is bad. I need to get checked out. Got an X-ray. They were like, oh, we can't see anything. So I was like, fine. So then I waited even longer, and then I got an MRI, and they were like, yeah, you've got 3 fractured vertebrae. We need to like put you under and give you cortisone injections. Blah blah blah.
But they didn't see it the first time round.
No, because the X-ray, it was like, because they're fractures, they couldn't see it. I was like, oh well, great. So. Yeah, got on with that.
At least now you know going into any fight that you fought someone like 30 kilos heavier than you with a broken back.
Yeah.
You should be fine.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I've actually been fighting a higher category, a weight category than I should be recently. But now I've gone back down to what I should be fighting at, which is around 50 kilos.
How have you figured out your weight category, and is it just trial and error, or is there...
Yeah, kind of. So when I had my first fight when I was 18, and I wasn't as muscly as I am now. I wasn't doing as many like weight training and blah blah blah. So I just went in at, I think, about 50 kilos. I just went in at 50.
So no weight cut, no nothing, just...
No.
Okay.
Like, well, I wouldn't eat like a certain amount of time before, and I wouldn't drink, but I didn't really know much about the water.
Just
cut.
fuck it, I won't eat, it's fine.
Yeah, so starve.
It's fine, I just won't eat.
Yeah, so I think I had 2 fights at 50 kilos, and then I started taking it more seriously and was doing, COVID happened. So in between that, I started doing more weights. Okay. Because I was bored in COVID, so all I did was train. So yeah, I bulked up a bit, and then I got sponsored by New Wave CrossFit, shout out. And yeah, so then I started building muscle. So I was like, you know what, I'll just fight at 52. Fought at 52 a few times, and then Jared's like, mate, these girls are massive and tall, and you're still holding some like body fat. I was like, thanks.
Mate, these girls are tall and you're fat.
Yeah.
Go down away.
You're just chunky and stocky. Right. So I was like, yeah, okay. So we decided like 50 between 50-51 at the moment is my weight category. So
Okay.
my next fight's at 50.8. So we're going to see how that one goes. And if not, I might go a bit lower. We'll see.
How's the weight cut been for this next fight?
It's been pretty easy. Like, I started like 8 weeks ago. So just on the calorie deficit, I'm still eating a lot of like what I want, but I'm just making sure it's more protein. Like
Less carbs and...
Well, no, I still need a lot of carbs because of how much I'm training.
Oh yeah,
So,
true. Yeah,
yeah.
burning a lot.
Yeah, so as long as it's under a certain amount, then it's all right. And it's been consistently coming off. Like, I'll get on the scales every day because I'm very neurotic. So I'll get on the scales every day and I'm losing like 0.1 a day. And I'm like, yes!
Take the little wins.
Yeah.
0.1 a day. I'm doing it, Dad. I'm doing it.
Like, at least it's not going up.
Oh my God, imagine that. It's just gone up 2 kilos.
Yeah, like I'll go to the snack cupboard and my dad looks at me. I'm like, close that.
So we'll do a bit. We've kind of spoken about how you've got into it from the gymnastics, your first fight with a broken back in karate, which is an interesting choice for a first fight. What was it that introduced you to Muay Thai specifically, and talk us through kind of the first fight you had, the first fight camp, what the experience was like?
Okay, so Muay Thai specifically, I idolise my dad. My mum also does it. She doesn't compete, but she's always been there, like been on doing it for like 30 years.
Oh
So
wow.
My dad's been doing it 40 years. So
Okay.
yeah, that I've always been around Muay Thai. That's the main thing. So I actually did a bit more of kickboxing style because of the karate and things. But because I'm pretty agile, so that I lean more towards that. But I do like the clinch as well. So
yeah, it's fun.
yeah. So yeah, Muay Thai was always there. So I kind of was like, oh wait, this is awesome. Do that. So I was training with Woking Thai, which is where my dad used to train and fight out of. So he'd take me there, and I was like, well, yeah, I want to fight. So I'd done a few interclubs, well, quite a few actually, because I was with the dojo originally, and they threw me into a K1 interclub. So that was my first interclub. And yeah, then I went to Woking because it was Muay Thai, and that's what I wanted to do. I was like, the elbows are awesome, like. So
it's like the more you learn about it, the more fun it is.
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I remember speaking to my dad. Sorry, little side note, but because obviously my dad's kind of just started. He's like 8 months into training or something like that, and he's got an interclubs coming up. And when he was training, he was like, "Oh, Zach, I love it." And I was like, "Wait till you start sparring, because then it's a whole new element." And he was like, started sparring. He was like, "I love it." I was like, "Wait till you get like competent in the clinch, and there's a whole new element." It's like there's always something to learn.
Yeah, and you never stop learning either. But he was sparring with my dad last night. It was quite funny to watch.
Oh, every time. By the way, Jerry, I've got to have a word with you. This is just a little one-to-one, because every time he comes back, he's like, "Jerry, I'll tell you what, he's been fighting."
Yeah, because my dad's going to him. It's like, relax, and then
he needs to
beating
chill
him
out.
up. Poor Ed's like just going forward, trying to, and dad's going. I'm like,
I saw him spar you as well. Your dad, he just throws hands out like nothing.
He's like the Italian Sanchai, and he's got 20 years on him. So
yeah, he's so interesting to watch though. He does definitely push you.
Yeah, he's different. So where were we with Muay Thai?
So how did you get into your first fight, the first camp, all of that?
So I'm trying to remember. I think it was 2019. So I was 18, and yeah, I don't really remember too much of it. I know Woking is a part-time gym, so we would train Wednesdays and Mondays. Said that a bit backwards.
I was going to say Wednesday first. Monday first, got it.
Yeah, so we'd do like 2-hour sessions, and they were pretty intense. We'd start with sprints and then do a circuit, then do pads, then finish with sparring. So it's really good training. It sets you up for everything, and then I'd do my own thing throughout the rest of the week, like my running or...
So for your first camp, you're only in the gym the 2 days a week?
Yeah, it was only really 2.
Okay.
And then I'd do a day with Dad as well, so he'd just mentally drain me.
I suppose as well, having him as like in your corner is probably a huge like comfort knowing that you've got someone who's an 8-time champion that's like, okay, I can deal with just 2 times at the gym because I've got him the rest of the time.
Yeah,
just hopping on.
like he wouldn't let me fight if he didn't, like, if he had any doubt, he wouldn't let me in.
Yeah, that's
if
good.
he didn't think I'd trained hard enough. So when he doesn't praise me at all. So when he does, it means so much. I'm like, oh, you actually think I've done well? Because the other day he goes, you've trained really hard for this fight. I'm like, oh my God.
Thanks, Dad.
And because he's a guy who's done like 12 hours on a Stairmaster, 48 hours on step-up challenges and stuff. So from him to say I've trained hard, it's like, oh my God, yeah. Yeah, so that first camp, it was obviously more chilled because I was a complete novice going in. I remember just before, it was at the Rubik's nightclub before my fight, and the whole process is brand new to you. You get your hands wrapped, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I just took myself off, hid round a corner and just listened to, like, I think it was Elton John or something. I was just, like, chilling.
Interesting choice.
And then they were like, well, where's Aurenna gone? They had to come find me. Like, oh, you're on in a minute. Okay, I was just like, yeah, cool.
Just listen to Tiny Dancer. Is that Elton John?
Yeah. And then I get in the ring, and first round, I was like, you don't know what to expect. I'm probably a bit too erratic, because you know how novice fighters are. You just like go for it, and it's only like
it's like a bit of panic. It's like, fuck, I got to do something, and you just start. And
I'm very impatient, so it was like the first fight as well was like a minute and a half. So in the first round, I was like probably a bit erratic. I need to watch it back, but I'll cringe.
When was the last time you watched it?
I have no idea, but I've got a nice highlight because I knocked her out in the second round with a head kick. She got back up though, which was like insane. But knocking someone out, it feels so strange. You look at them,
does it?
You look at them on the floor and you're like, oh.
Is that even now, or is it a bit more like calculated now? Like you see it and you go, okay, this is
so well. With my last knockout, I actually dreamt it.
I remember you telling me that after the fight.
So, and it was exactly how it happened.
That's wicked.
During the fight, I was like, because it was the 5th round. So during the fight, I was like, oh, it's not happening then. And then it happened exactly how I dreamt it, and like the way she fell and everything. And I was like, oh.
Just surprised. Oh shit! I did it! I did it!
Yes. So I don't know. I've always had like some witchy sort of instincts. Like my family have a long line of like witches, basically. So I just got to trust my instincts with everything. And yeah, so knocking her out in the second round was crazy. But the way she went down as well, I'm so impressed about how she got up.
Was she like cold?
Yeah, she like her eyes rolled, and she hit her head as well on the canvas. It was like dong, and you could hear it, and everyone was like, it was so, that feeling is incredible. And then you're like, yes, I've won. And then she gets up, and I'm like, oh, I've got to carry on.
You got to put yourself back
do
in the fight.
Another 3 rounds.
Did she finish the fight as well?
Yeah, I won it on decision, but I think that obviously helped me win by a lot. But yeah, it's a great feeling. And then I was like, yeah, I've got to do that again. And COVID happened. Like, great. But so it was good for the whole of COVID. I had that itch to get back in the ring. So I was still training. I didn't become a big lump or anything, which is a good motivation.
Didn't get fat and just... That's good though. It's like when you first get in there, I feel like there's definitely a fear of like, oh shit, what have I got myself into? And kind of having that time afterwards to process it, maybe was do you think that was in retrospect? And I know obviously anyone who has that experience wants to go back in there and wants to, but in retrospect, looking at it and going, okay, I had that time to process it and be able to really appreciate that feeling. Has that been something you reckon that has kept you kind of hungry to fight more?
Yeah, so I think like everything happens for a reason, so the timing probably worked perfectly for me because it allowed me to like get my head down, analyze and do some like S&C and things and get a bit more muscly and more strong. So yeah, I think the timeline worked quite well, and I can go back and analyze things and like work out what I actually want to do with my life. And I didn't have to work because I was coaching gymnastics, so I was doing online coaching.
Oh, okay.
So that kept me a bit busy, but it's also active because I'm like having to be like, do this, and like,
I was gonna say, how does that work? Online coaching,
like Zoom.
gymnastics, yeah.
Yeah, it was on Zoom, so like I'd set up my thing and be like, right, so here's the stretches, and then they'd all have to copy. It's all the kids.
Oh, gotcha.
Like,
I don't know why, but I can just imagine like me doing an online exercise class and just like jumping into the camera, just completely forgetting like that there's a camera there, just having like no space to do it. Like, just, oh.
But we also did some like online classes, like the Woking lot. We'd all go on Zoom and like just do like shadow boxing together. It's like 1, 2, 3, kick, like, and stuff, and it just kept us all like still socializing, which is really good. Yeah.
So did you have a nice kind of family environment in that Woking boxing club?
Yeah, so well, my dad calls Mick Grandad. Well, no, I call him Grandad. My dad calls him Dad.
And he's one of the trainers, is he?
Yeah, he's like he brought Muay Thai over here.
Oh wow,
really,
okay.
Into the UK a long time ago, and he'd travel up to Manchester and learn from them and bring it back, and from the Thais and stuff. So yeah, it was like we were all pretty close knit at the time. So yeah, and yeah, with Dad as well and my family, they're we're just in the garage. We made it a gym, and so that was lovely in COVID.
Nice. I find that like, because I've never had that really. I've been like to gyms and stuff, and I've never been a huge weightlifting fan or anything like that. But coming to the fight gym and everything, like especially now, there's a nice little kind of community there.
Big time.
I feel like that's like a big factor in why I will never not do it, because it's just you kind of make this second family where you're like, oh shit, like these people are training with me, you're going out together, you're having a good time. Like it becomes a lot more like a lifestyle rather than just you go in to train. You're like, no, it's
your whole life, and you meet so many like-minded people. Like I remember when I was training at Shin Kick as well, like we'd always go out like nearly every weekend together. It was just nice, and even if one was in fight camp, we'd just be like, you're behaving tonight, but we're all like, you know.
But that's what I like about it as well, because there's a balance there. Like I spoke to, when Jared was on the podcast, we spoke about balance and how difficult it can be to keep balance. And I feel like there's a certain personality that's attracted to fighting and to Muay Thai, and with that, there is almost a balance built into it where it is very completely one or completely the other. You're either not fighting, so you're like, I'm going to go out, or you are fighting, so you're like, no drinking, no nothing. But in that, you find your own balance where people go, no, you're not drinking tonight because you are fighting in the next 3 weeks or something. So it's quite nice to have that accountability from other people.
Yeah,
that, like,
you're around people who are all trying to achieve a similar goal, so you all support each other. But when it comes to the drinking as well, it's like my dad actually gave me a shot of tequila before sparring once, and I had the best sparring session ever because I was so loose and like, you know what, yeah.
Is that why? By the way, for a bit of context, Aurenna has is it a tequila bottle that you used to have your water in?
Oh yeah, because I like glass bottles instead of plastic.
Yeah. So she used to have like a tequila bottle. I was so like scared. I remember like I came to sparring. I only seen you there like 3 or 4 times. I had to say something. I went and I see you like middle sparring just whip out the cork of a gin bottle and just drink some. I go, are you drinking like mid sparring? You're like, nah, it's water.
Yeah, and I love doing that halfway through a tattoo as well, because the client's like, what? I'm like, no, it's water, don't worry.
You should just not say anything.
Yeah, but most of the time I leave it for a while.
This girl, what's she on?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, clearly gin. I was like,
I've had quite a good sparring session once after a night out for some reason. I had a night out and I came to the Sunday sparring and I was like, not really, I don't get too hungover, but I was just a bit tired. But I just had the best sparring session. I don't know why, it's just sometimes
it's
just...
I'd like stay drunk from the night before. This is a few years ago now, when we'd always have sparring at Shin Kick really early on the Sunday, but we'd all go out together the night before. So we all show up. It was like, oh, he didn't make it today. But yeah, we'd turn up and I'd still be a bit like loopy, and I'd love it. I'd have the great session. But obviously when you're in camp, you don't want to be doing that.
No.
Because it's very calorific, alcohol, and it's a depressant. So you don't, it's not ideal, but...
Yeah, you're not making it easy for yourself, are you?
Yeah, but...
Unless you're your dad and you just stick to tequila and nothing else, like, got me absolutely slaughtered on my birthday.
I've got an excellent photo of you, like, dead on the sofa.
I've seen...
At 9 o'clock.
It was a bit later than that.
Yeah, you peaked at 9 o'clock.
All right. I started at 4. Honestly, that was... all my mates were like, that was an embarrassing performance. Do better. So sorry, guys.
Like, again, you've got to have a balance in life. You can't, like, be strict all the time. Otherwise, you'll go mad. Like, and then you'll fall out of love with it. So you need to let loose occasionally. What's,
like, your ratio of, like, kind of relaxing a bit, having a few drinks, going out, kind of eat and training? Is there, after a fight, you have a couple of weeks, or is it kind of you don't fight for a certain period of time?
So I get completely slaughtered the day before weigh-in. No, I'm joking.
I was wondering where this was going. I heard weigh-in. I was like,
No, imagine, oh my God, the dehydration as well.
You're like there, and they're like, can you stay still on the scale? You're like, I am.
They're like, she's dehydrated. No, she's just pissed.
She just fucks.
No, so it depends how much I want to fight that year, because I just try to take things one fight at a time, so I really focus on that. And like, it was really hard because with my last fight, I went to Italy like during fight camp, which was brilliant for the training. I was in the mountains. It was like a getaway, and I like going away in a fight camp to just completely focus. But the food,
especially Italian food, it's all like pasta and pizza.
Yeah, my family were like, oh, just have a little bit. I'm like, no, it all adds up. And I'm like, look, the only way to get through to them is money. So I was like, I don't get paid if I don't make weight. And then they shut up. And that's like...
yeah, true.
That's literally the only way I can get through to them. Otherwise, they're just like, oh, manja.
Don't want to eat pizza. Well, you do, but you just can't, can you?
They bring out this massive steak. It's like this big, and it only cost like a few quid. And it's amazing. And they're like, yeah, we made the olive oil ourselves and things. And you know how many calories is in olive oil, but I was just like, I have to. The protein.
Sometimes you just got
protein.
So what's like in kind of mid-fight camp? What's like a day in the life for you?
So this week leading up, I've been training twice a day. But during like most of the fight camp.
How long are them sessions as well?
Around an hour, 2 hours. Like it does vary. It depends what we're doing on what day, because it fluctuates. You can't be 100% for the entire week.
Yeah.
It's like you either start at 100 and you whittle down, or the other way around. And just fluctuate. So like on a Wednesday, that would be a more chilled session, like a lot of technique and things like that. I still do cardio. I do cardio a lot. I'm a cardio fiend because I feel like I haven't trained if I don't do cardio. Yeah, it makes you actually kind of lose your breath and go, okay, fucking hell, I've worked. Because a lot of it is my psychology as well. Like I have to be calm in myself, knowing I've done enough, and if that's the way I do it, that's how I do it, and I don't burn myself out either. So balance. You've always got to have a balance. And I'll do some weights twice a week, or like strong, like heavy weights twice a week, and then throughout the week I'll still do a few like other resistance stuff. I don't want to give too much away. Oh yeah, if you want to not give too much away, please tell me. So I'm not answering that question. That's fine. So what's your strategy going into this fight? Yeah, just KO. Just first round, 5 minutes. Just the strategy. Backflip in there. Just take a bat in there. That's what I'll try and do. So, would you say? I could probably assume it is, but would you say life's a lot more simpler when you're in fight camp and when you have that routine of training twice a day and just, or is it with the mental aspect of knowing you're fighting? There's a little more to it. It really does depend. Sometimes I'll just be in there and I'll be like more antsy about it and thinking about it all the time, which isn't a bad thing either because I'm focused on it. Or I'll be just totally chilled about it. But I'm very fortunate with my job that my boss is so supportive. He'll be like, right, like last week he goes to me, Aurenna, you've got a big fight coming up. If you can't come in, like, it's fine. We get it. We want you 100% in the ring. And so he allows me to like get all my training in, and then like put it a bit more on the back burner when I'm in a camp and things, because like obviously I want to be there, but I can't spread myself too thin, otherwise again you burn out. So balance.
That's a key word today, balance. That's funny because me and Jared were like, how the fuck do we find balance? But you seem to get it, you seem to have it figured out quite well with I suppose just the amount of time you've been in fight camps and stuff. You've kind of got a knack to it and sorted it out. Yeah,
because like with work, I'll pick it all up when I'm out of camp, and I'll be doing that more than like I'll still be training every day, but the training goes back a bit and the tattooing goes up, and then it like swaps. Again, it's like the scales, how you do it. It can't always be completely balanced, but it's still a balancing act. So.
What would you say in fighting, or even just the lifestyle you live in general, with the fight camps, with the fighting, with the tattooing and working as well, what would you say the hardest thing about it is that people don't necessarily see?
Well, with the tattooing, people don't realise how mentally draining it is. Like, I'm concentrating for hours on end, and I've got ADHD as well, so it takes even more to concentrate. So I like hyper focus. So then I'll do this tattoo and I'll get out and be like, I feel knackered. Why am I so... I've been sitting down.
Yeah.
So I tend to take more breaks, just so I can like get up and stuff. I'm not sat all the time. So that's more draining. And then, but if you go home in between as well, I think you sit down and you're like, oh, I'll just stay home. But you can't. You have to go straight to training.
Yeah. It's like that thing, if you go to the gym straight after work, it's a lot easier than if you go home first and take a nap. I got a mate who goes home, shout out Kenny, by the way. He's a runner, and he'll sometimes go to the gym at like 11 at night, and I'll be like, what are you doing? He's like, it's just...
The thing is, with fighting, you do fight at night, and like the higher level you are, the later it is you're on the card. So I do like train quite late as well sometimes. So it is just picking yourself up from going home. Your body's gone into relax mode, and then getting back out of it and going again. And it's the discipline. Do you have a preferred time you train? Because I remember, so I always used to love, because I'm a bit of a lazy geezer when like I've got nothing to do. Like I'm not very good at doing stuff if I don't know the reason behind it. So if I was like just training and I'm just doing it on my own, I like to do like 1 o'clock, because I can just chill in the morning, relax, and then I'm kind of awake and ready to go. I know in fight camp you don't have the luxury of kind of choosing when you can train, because you've got to just fit it in. But do you have a preferred time, or a time you notice that you feel better in training? Or for you now, is it just you feel good or the same all the time? It's just become a routine. So I prefer training in the evening, again, just because I fight in the evening, and also like my whole life they've always been evening training, because like I was in school or whatever, and I'd go training in the evening, so my body tends to wake up in the evening. So I'm not really a morning person. If I don't sleep before midnight, I can't get up. Jesus. I'm like a zombie. So you're going to bed at like 10 o'clock when you've got to be... I wish, but it's normally like 11:30, that literal half an hour before midnight. Like, psychologically, you're like, no, I've got to get in before. Yeah. Again, it is all like learning how to trick your mind as well into things, which I do a lot. So I'm like, well, if I do this, then this works for me, and that happens, and that's how I... Yeah. Like, do you know what because you mentioned before, and if you don't want to speak about it too much, absolutely fine, but you used to have a lot of anxiety as a kid, and obviously with fighting, that's quite a anxiety-inducing activity. Have you, I mean, it looks like you have, but maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but have you kind of figured out a way to manage your anxiety and your mindset better
through fighting and just through the life you've led? And if so, what's the kind of main thing you've realised that's helped you deal with that anxiety?
Well, so fighting is a way I channel it, really, because like you either get angry and frustrated or anxious, and it's a similar feeling, really, like the way your body reacts. It's like fight or flight. So if I don't train for like a day or two, then I start seeing myself get all like tense and on edge. So I just have to train, and that's the only way I can really manage it. So or even if it's just running, like I hate running, but also it's so therapeutic. So that's like why I do it. Well, other than I'd have to do it anyway if I wasn't fighting. Do you know what I mean?
Is that something that you figured out during fighting and training? You've gone, oh wow, this is something that's helping me channel this anxiety, and it's really or is that something that you kind of knew, I need to do something, so you started doing it?
Yeah, I kind of just went into it because I knew it was the only way. If I just like sat and ruminated all day, then like I'm just going to end up going down this hole even more. So as soon as I see myself going down this hole, I'm like, I've got to go to the gym. And it's usually the time you feel the worst and you don't want to go, and is when you need to go the most.
That's when it counts.
Yeah, and I'm very lucky to have such supportive parents. Like my mum as well, she struggles with anxiety, so she has like coping mechanisms that she's passed on to me. And she's such an empath as well, so she just knows how I feel. So yeah, that's kind of how I knew how to cope with it.
So
really.
there's no, would you say there's any sort of like mindset stuff you've done or anything like that out of curiosity, or is it just really purely been just through training, through activity, you've learned that's the best way for you personally to deal with that anxiety?
It's more like acceptance. It's like, so for example, like if you're going to have a panic attack, you accept it's coming instead of fighting it, because then that just makes it worse and worse and it goes around in a loop. So you just want to be like, oh, it's just a panic attack. What's the worst that can happen? And so I try going with that attitude with everything, really. Like, oh, I'm fighting. Like, well, if I start thinking, oh, what if this, what if that, I'm just going to get tense and then I'm not going to perform well.
Yeah.
So it is what it is kind of thing.
Yeah. I find personally as well, what always helps me is kind of looking at my emotions as a third person and being like, okay, say for instance, I'm doing something that's a bit scary or nerve-wracking, instead of going literally just as you said, oh shit, I'm scared, and like getting caught up in that emotion, just being like, oh, okay, I'm scared now, like, and just kind of acknowledging it but not letting it.
Because for a long time I would be like, no, it's I'm not allowed to feel like this. I have like I'd fight it completely. I'd be like, yeah, it's not an option, like. But then I was like, wait, you just let it happen, and then it's like, oh, you can breathe again.
It's quite because it's, I don't know if this is going off on a bit of a tangent, but I've heard it before where bravery is very because you got to be brave to get in the ring. But bravery only exists when fear exists. Because if you are scared of getting in the ring and you do it anyway, then you're brave. But you could argue that if you're not actually scared and you just go in there and you feel nothing, are you necessarily brave, or are you just...
So this is quite funny. Like, literally last week I had this conversation with Chris, my partner.
Really?
And he was like, no, but it's not like bravery if you're not scared or whatever. And I was like... Yeah, but bravery, like, and then we were talking about stoicism as well. It's like, is it stoic if you're being brave? And like, we kind of went in this loop trying to work it out. We didn't really come to a conclusion in the end. We were just like,
it is an interesting one, because I'm always thinking, okay, someone who is scared to do something but does it anyway is brave, but someone who does something because they want, like, there's still a certain aspect of bravery if there's stuff in it that people can recognise as a risk or anything like that. But if you don't acknowledge that and you just go into it and you don't have that feeling of fear, I feel like you can do that by changing your perspective on it, and in doing so you're kind of becoming brave. Does that make sense?
But you always need a bit of fear. Like, you have to have a bit of fear when you're going in the ring, because it's nerves are the same as excitement. They're literally chemically the same. So the fear, people would bottle up and they'd inject themselves with it if they could, because that makes you like, it's like the adrenaline, and people want that, and people take drugs for that stuff. So if you can get it naturally, I get it naturally through fighting.
Yeah.
It makes you feel alive, although it's horrible, but you reap the rewards, sort of thing.
Do you tend to, because with the tattoo and with the fighting, a lot of stuff you do is innately hard work and it's got a lot behind it. Are you attracted more towards things that are difficult and that things that are, that are difficult?
Yeah, I think so. I've noticed this because, and I've also noticed that both my occupations are inflicting pain. Yeah,
because nothing you do is like, I'm just, my hobby is just chilling. I go for
I'm a carer or something. Yeah. No, I hurt people.
I either stab people with needles or throw punches at people.
Yeah, I don't know why. And my dad's often gone to me, why Muay Thai? Why can't you be a runner or something?
Oh, so he would prefer you not do Muay Thai, or he's happy that you he would prefer you not?
Yeah, because I'm going straight into danger. But he was like, it's the hardest sport in the world, like that and gymnastics. So he's like, why?
Beat yourself up a bit there.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
It is because
they are difficult.
I say that because my brother will get upset because he's a elite gymnast. So I'm
right.
Yeah, that and gymnastics.
Just covering all bases.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff you do is stuff that innately is hard work and is difficult
that's
to
where
do.
We were. Yeah.
And is that something? Is that a reason why you do it, or is that just you've realised, oh shit, everything I choose to do is difficult, or does that difficulty and that hard work that's needed to do them things successfully attract you to them things?
I think I just chase glory a lot.
I just want the win, man.
With the fighting, it's just like every single fighter's got a bit of ego. Like, you've got to be humble, but you've still got to have a bit of pride. I just think I have to be the best in the room. I've always been competitive, and then with the tattooing, I don't know why specifically I went into that. I like drawing all the time. My parents kind of pushed me towards it, and I walked into a shop and got a tattoo, and I just clicked with the guy, and he did Muay Thai as well, and I was like,
it's like all just added up, isn't it?
Everything in my life just falls into place. It, like, no matter how hard things get, I just trust that something will come out of it. And so I go to him, I'd quite like to learn tattooing. It wasn't going in like all these apprentices go in like with their portfolios, like, I'm like, I do a bit of drawing, I'd be interested.
Oh, so you drew before and then you thought, that'd be quite interesting, you just started
Yeah, well, my parents kept going, tattooing, you'd be really good at tattooing, and like, they've always been great with, like, they just know stuff, honestly, they're wise people. So yeah, they kind of said that, and when I was in there, I just sort of went to the guy, I was like, I'd like to learn. He was like, just come pop in and watch for a bit. And then he couldn't get rid of me and started teaching me. And then, now I'm
wicked
tattooing. So
so if you're not punching people in the face, you're stabbing people with needles.
Yeah, exactly. So
that should be your on your CV for anything. It's like, hi, I'm Aurenna. If I'm not punching people in the face, I'm stabbing people with needles. I fight and I do tattoos.
I try not to sound too creepy all the time because I'm quite gothic as well. So like, people probably like, oh my God.
You do sound terrifying. Like, on paper, I would not want to meet you.
Well, is it like, you messaged me earlier, it's like, do you need my address? And I was like, no, I know where you live.
Yeah, I was like, you weirdo. Go on. I was like, no, we're not doing it anymore. I don't want to do it. But yeah, it's anyway, moving swiftly on.
I am nice, by the way, but I will hurt you for money.
I'm just gonna let that sit for you. I'm not gonna say a word. So, I mentioned this with the kind of ongoing theme in this podcast with the guests is I love having conversations with people that have chosen to dedicate themselves to something and have found their kind of purpose and freedom in doing that. And with you, it's very clear you've chosen to dedicate yourself to fighting and kind of figured yourself out, like how to deal with your anxiety, the person you are. Possibly fighting has had a factor in that. So in terms of freedom and kind of finding your own freedom and your own purpose and joy in life, when you think about freedom, what does it mean to you?
Not telling the government anything.
Nothing at all.
No,
Nothing. I'm living now off grid.
So I'd quite like to just be comfortable in life and be able to go where I want, like when I want, not be tied down to anything. Have a nice family, but also not be like stuck anywhere. So like if we want to go to Thailand for 6 months, we'll go to Thailand for 6 months, sort of thing. That's my like ideal goal. So I'm guessing that's what I kind of think freedom is, because like again with my tattooing, I can take that skill anywhere.
Yeah.
And which is another reason I got into it, because like it's such a handy skill to have. And then fighting, you're just safe. Enough. Like
safe enough.
Yeah.
You can protect yourself.
Yeah, not from like a machete. I'll just run. But
that's probably the best advice.
Yeah. Run if there's a knife involved, or it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just get paid to do it. Just
you sound like you've lived this eclectic life of violence. Like you just sound like every situation you've been in has just been violence and weapons. And if someone's chasing you with a knife, just run. Trust me. Apparently, she knows from experience.
I'm not going to say anything, but
plead the fifth.
I am Italian. Let's say that. So
okay.
Yeah.
She's actually security for the mob.
Yeah.
She does the work for the mob.
Oh, they're going to kill me now. I've said too much.
Now you got a fight coming up. They've got bets on it.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing. Just fucking. If you do not win this fight, you're not coming back to the homeland. Anyway, what? How do you think Muay Thai fighting has shaped your identity and the way you see things? Or do you think you've always had this kind of mentality?
I do think it's always been part of me because of Dad, and well, my mum as well. She's feisty, but she's also very nice, like too nice. But yeah, the way it's shaped me, I guess it kind of makes me realise that I can defend myself, but also there are limits. Like people take for granted that they won't just get punched in the face a lot, and that really bothers me.
I was speaking to my dad the other day, and people with like really bad road rage that will literally like get out of their car and start banging on your window. Not that this has not happened to me, but I've seen videos of it and being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like to my dad, I was like, when I started Thai boxing, I realised how these killers just are everyday people, and it's like people with road rage and people who are so aggressive are so naive to the fact that the person you're talking to could literally just mow you down.
Exactly. Like, people can be unhinged, and like, people just take for granted that the police are going to save them and what have you. But that is not the case. Like, I'm not saying I've experienced some like war-torn like things, but
back in Italy.
Yeah. No, so I live in the middle of nowhere, up a mountain. Well, not live. That's where we're from. My family live. So yeah, not much goes on there. But
whereabouts in Italy was it?
Avellino.
No idea. I've never even been to the country.
Yeah, it's like near Napoli.
Oh, okay.
So,
nice.
Yeah, have you seen The Sopranos? It's where they're from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But yeah, going back. So let's say, how has Muay Thai shaped your identity then?
I think it does just allow me like this to be calm. Like, I think I could have a bit of a temper and end up in trouble because I'm this feisty Italian. So it's completely stopped that, and just kept me out of trouble really.
Just allowed you to channel that kind of
into something good.
Nice.
Yeah, and then God forbid I can't fight anymore. At least I've got something else like my tattooing and like something else to focus on, or just other sports. I've always been a sporty person, so again I'll do all my CrossFit and things like that. So there's always something.
With the whole journey you've been on, and are going on, with the fighting, with the tattooing, with your parents being big role models to you, what would you say the top or the main kind of lesson, if there is one, that you've learned from this life that you've led so far that you could give to other people for advice?
Well, we spoke a lot about balance, so
Mhm.
it's always finding some, like, 2 things you can focus on, at least 2, just so you can, like, if one starts to go wrong, you can fall on the other one. So that's definitely a big thing, I'd say, throughout life. And even in, like, religion and things, they do talk a lot about balance. So that someone's doing something right. Like, you know.
It's definitely a way of living life that's very healthy compared to the alternative.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I said a lot of words but nothing through that sentence. But yeah, it's something I struggle with, and it's something that I feel like a lot of people do struggle with when it comes to understanding balance through, if it's trying to live a healthy life and also going out and socialising, if it's fighting and also working, if it's doing a 9 to 5 but also pursuing another goal or dream or passion of yours. I feel like balance is a big factor in everybody who's going through that journey of trying to find what it is that they want to do in life.
Yeah, and also, like, you are allowed to not be 100% all the time. Like, you can have a bad day, or, like, your training can be bad that day, or, like, you can't always be good. And another balance. There you go. See,
all leads back to balance, ladies and gentlemen. That's the key. That's the if you're going to take anything away from this, try and live a balanced life. Try and go out and drink, but also train beforehand. Stuff like that.
Yeah, undo the damage a bit.
That's right. I don't know why, but every time I go out, I'm like, I need to go in the sauna at the gym just to sweat it out, just because then I feel better. Like, I just feel like I've a
detox.
Yeah, exactly. Say if there's someone watching this who has a passion or an interest, or maybe just has a simple idea that they're like, oh, I might like doing that. Like when you mentioned about when you first tried tattooing, you just saw it and you're like, oh, I might be interested in doing it. What advice would you give to that person that wants to do it, but maybe is slightly scared to start?
Nothing good is easy. I said this to your mum earlier. Like, nothing worthwhile will be easy. It's just taking that first step. And things can be a long process as well. You can't get it straight away. It's like, I don't know, you've never played guitar before. You can't expect to pick it up and be able to play. It's a long process, because I've tried that as well. Because I like music, so I thought I'd try. And that taught me, like, it's a long process.
Yeah, anything worth doing is definitely anything difficult, anything that requires a lot of work. It's innately gonna produce a lot for you, I feel like.
Yeah, and we suffer so that we know happiness, because if there wasn't, like, if we didn't go through hardship, then we wouldn't know the outcome, like, any good.
Yeah.
If people get too comfortable in their life, like, they're happy just sitting there playing their video games. It's not healthy. Like, you just mope around, and then you mope more, and you're like, oh, it doesn't matter, nothing matters. And then what? You've not really got a choice.
There's no purpose, there's no drive.
You're just gonna mope and rot in your chair. No, you have to do something. There's not a choice. Like, eventually someone's gonna be like, you need to pay your bills. So you might as well do something now. It's like,
either way you're going to experience that stress and that anxiety and that struggle. But if you bring it upon yourself through doing something that you choose to do, if you choose your struggle, it's a lot more bearable than if you don't.
I was going to say, you got to choose it. Everything's a choice in life. There's always a choice. Like, it might not be nice ones, but you've always got a choice. And I hate making decisions, but you have to.
If you don't know what decision to make, take the time to research which one would be the right one for you.
Well, you can flip a coin, and if you don't like the outcome, then you know it's the other one.
Yeah. It's kind of... Yeah, true. It's like, it shows you which one you really wanted, if you're disappointed with the outcome or not.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, so, yeah, I did.
And trust your intuition. We've got it for a reason. Like humans have been, well, it's been muffled a lot by like technology and things, but we do have this, like, there's something else that we have this knowledge, like, that people just ignore. So just trust your intuition at the end of the day.
Nice. Trust your intuition. I like that one. Wicked. Right, I've got a few fire off questions I thought would be interesting to ask you. Do you have a favourite fight movie?
I do like Kickboxer a lot, just because
I haven't seen that.
You need to watch it. So
I have not seen
Van
Kickboxer.
Damme, and he's very flexible and like agile.
That's the first thing you notice.
Well,
Flexible
you
Van
know what I
Damme.
mean. He does like the splits a lot in the film. So
Okay.
and
I suppose the gymnasts in you notice that a bit more. Yeah.
you'd notice. Trust me, if you watch it, you'd notice.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I like I think there's so many though. There's so many good films, but yeah, Kickboxer you have to watch.
Okay, I've got to put that on.
Favourite films are probably Rambo. I love
Really?
Rambo. Yeah.
I've got a soft spot for like just the really basic ones, the John Wicks and stuff like that. Although I did see the recent one, I prefer the older ones, but yeah, so you would say Kickboxer is one you definitely recommend?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's old as well. It's like, and it's actually about Muay Thai, not kickboxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Okay.
started off kickboxing and then he goes and tries Muay Thai sort of thing.
Nice. Have
I'm
you
not going to give
seen-
too much away.
You're not selling it though, that's the thing.
No, you have to watch it. He's flexible.
Stop! I know, okay, I'm aware he's flexible, but all you've told me about this movie, you've told me, like, I have to watch it, and you said he's flexible, and you said he does the splits, and you said it's Van Damme, and he's flexible.
So they do.
All I'm picturing in my head is him just splitting like this, like for an hour.
So it's interesting to watch the kind of training he does. He goes out to Thailand and gets trained by this old Thai guy.
Okay.
And so there's like some really good old school kind of training and mind
wicked.
training.
Okay.
But and then he fights in the ropes and they roll it in glass and stuff. So
okay.
isn't that cool?
Okay.
Like-
Fair enough. Yeah. No, I do need to watch that one.
Yeah.
All right. Wicked. What would you say? Because you're a big metal fan or rock fan, aren't you? I noticed the last fight I went to watch. What was it? I don't know the song, but was it metal or was it rock?
It was metal.
It was metal. What's your go-to walkout choice for
Um,
songs?
So I do tend to lean towards like an eerie intro that goes into like a drop. Just because I like putting
Flair
on
for the dramatic.
Yeah, I like putting on a show. It's all a show at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like a performance. And I know a lot of my fans, like, and my friends and stuff. They love they do like metal as well. So I wouldn't listen to metal to like all the time, but I just love a mosh pit. And they're great.
Do you go to a lot of like, or have you been to a lot of like raves and festivals and stuff like that?
Not a lot, but I do like to party. And yeah, I went to a mosh pit and I was like, this is great. Like,
That sounds like right up your street. It's
Yeah.
just music and violence.
Yeah.
This
and
is kind of
I love lots of like different kinds of music. I like a lot of 70s music as well,
wicked.
like Bowie, Led Zeppelin, things like
Big
that.
up.
Yeah.
My dad introduced me to Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, that's so
and
good.
They are very good.
Yeah.
They're the classic, like, I feel like Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, they're all like the dad recommendations, but they're so good.
So I've walked out to Jimi Hendrix before. I've walked out to Greta Van Fleet. They're similar to Led Zeppelin. And then I've walked out to like a few metal songs. So it really depends what mood I'm in. I tend to decide on the day.
Oh, really? You can do that?
Yeah, and well, some shows you submit it before, but with my last one, I just decided on the day, judging by like the crowd and
Fair enough, yeah.
how I want the opponent to feel. Not that they probably even noticed, but like,
They're like, whatever.
and
Nah, it was a good walkout, to be fair. What song was that on? I don't know if you've
Down
seen
with the Sickness, that was. So
Okay.
it's like, oh, wow. That one.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, so there's a nice drop there.
Wicked.
And I've had like good fight performances on like with Pulse of the Maggots as well and things like that. Bit of Slipknot. So yeah.
Wicked, nice. So it's more metal, but it depends on the feeling. It depends on the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Nice one. Have you got as well a guilty food after a fight that you would?
So Jared bought me Ben and Jerry's cookie dough last time, which is my
What, the ice cream?
yeah. I love ice cream. My family own an ice cream van, so I've grown
Really?
up on ice cream. Yeah, ice cream. And then I went and got pizza with my belt around my waist, and went into this Italian place, and they're like, "Oh, well done." Got a bit of armour on, like. Yeah.
Where's my food, bruv?
Yeah.
Just got this belt on. No one's fucking with you. So pizza and ice cream is the go-tos.
I wouldn't say pizza's like exactly the go-to. I again, it depends what mood I'm in, but I do like waffles and how do you say it? Crepes? What?
I've always called them crepes.
Yeah, crepes.
Crepes? No, I haven't called them crepes.
I think I called them crepes and then realised that was wrong.
Sounds like too close to grapes for me.
Yeah, but then crepes sounds like shoes, so.
Oh yeah, but I'm not really down with the slang, so I don't really.
Yeah.
Fresh crepes. I don't know. I'll say crepe. I don't. To be fair, I don't eat them enough to like get that mixed up very often.
Yeah.
But fair enough. Crepes are good though. Yeah, they are good.
But I will always find I get, like at the moment, this camp I'm craving mango sticky rice. I've been thinking about it a lot.
Mango sticky rice.
And I could probably make it low calorie, but it's like a treat after.
When I was in Thailand, I remember I was on a run. It was like the morning session, and all I could think about was eating mango. I don't know why, but like mango's been like, and mango sorbet as well.
When I was in Dominican Republic, I was horse riding in the middle of nowhere by a beach, and there was mango on the trees. I picked one and just started eating it. It was so primal and juicy.
Right.
God.
Next question. I'm glad you enjoyed the experience, though. That sounds like it. You're such. Okay. Right.
Sorry, I can't help but be weird.
Nah, you're good. Do you have any kind of superstitions or anything? These are kind of throw-off questions, so none of them are relating to the previous one, but the transitions aren't the smoothest. Trying to just get away from the subject. Do you have any superstitions before fights or anything you've done, any rituals or anything, or do you are you against the idea of that?
So I'll invoke the demons and no, I'm joking.
I'm listening.
So before a fight, I like to have my routine. It has to be very calm in there, and I have to be like smiling a lot. I have to be smiling like a demon, looking at the floor, because smiling makes your body think you're in a safe place, kind of thing.
So you kind of like do you force a smile, or is it just you just keep it on you?
And I told this to someone who interviewed me before, and they're like, "What? You're just looking like the Joker?" And I was like, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
to be fair, I would be like, it is quite intimidating if your opponent's just there like.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, I'll just chill out and then warm up, chill out again, and just.
So just kind of like keep your mind in that. I want to be here. I'm happy to be here. Smile on the face, but you want to kill the girl.
Yeah, basically. Because I perform better when I'm like, just
enjoying it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think everyone would really.
Yeah. You don't want to get in your head too much. And then
yeah.
Would you say? How many fights you had now?
This will be my 11th coming up.
Okay, and have you had any fights with same opponents?
Yeah, I had. My last fight was a rematch actually.
Oh, okay.
So I beat her the first time, and I don't really do K1, but so the first time I fought her in K1 because I was coming back from an injury, and I was like, so we don't really want to clinch.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that a few years ago, and just that was semi-pro, and I just smashed her up a bit, and then sorry,
good.
No, that was interesting, different style. So I did that, and then she called me out again. They were like, "Oh, have for a title and stuff," and I was like, "Okay, side quest. I'll do a bit of K1."
Go on then.
And so I did some K1, and she changed a lot. She was very tough and coming forward, and you could tell she was like trying to prove herself. She was angry. And yeah, so she was pressuring me. It was like a worthy opponent. It was a good fight. Yeah, and then I knocked her out in round 5 and got the title. So then became...
It was a wicked knockout, by the way. It was a really cool finish.
So it was cool because then I got UK number 1 in K1, and I don't really... I've had 2 K1 fights, but I wouldn't turn them down, but like...
Would you say you
I love
preference is Muay Thai?
Yeah, because I love elbows and things like that. I like a bit of the clinch, and you can just do more. You can throw them around, and so I feel more like... Because obviously in K1 I'm like thinking, oh, I can't elbow her, I can't do this, can't do that, so I've got to try stick to the rules.
Do you have a bit more of like the mentality? Is it a bit more like I got to make sure I don't? Because I suppose it comes muscle memory when you do Muay Thai for so long, where it's like combos include elbows and sweeps and clinches. It's like making sure you don't throw that elbow.
It's harder. It's like rewiring your brain a bit. So the camp we didn't train any elbows or anything like that, just to try drill no combos with that.
And now you're back to elbows for the next one. Nice. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I just want to spawn in the ring like now.
Just you've had enough. You've done the work. It's like, are you? Because it's a week now. Are you resting now until the fight?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I'm still doing a little like some shadowboxing bits and bobs. Yeah, but mainly resting on. Well, tomorrow I've got to go up for some media day. For an interview.
Oh, hey.
So good
Getting
practice.
Warmed up now.
Yeah.
Would you say there's an opponent that you would want to fight again?
Not really. Like it's done now.
There's no
maybe
unsettled beef that you want to sort out.
No, because the thing is, I've changed from 52 to I've gone to my proper weight class now.
Yeah.
So I don't really need to go back up. Like there's losses I could. Well, I've had I think two losses. I've had a draw and lost, so I could do that, but I don't really see the point because they have water cut to 52, and I would be like, I'm pretty much 52 now, like.
Yeah, so it's kind of more of a significant difference when the water cut's involved.
Yeah, because then like they'd put it all back on. Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, I can still fight like that. I still win fights at 52, but I don't need to. So why make it harder for myself?
Fair enough. No, that makes sense. It makes complete sense.
And I look more ripped. And
yeah, that's always a benefit, isn't it? In fight camp and stuff. It's like I'm hungry all the time. I'm a bit hangry and like, but I look good, so I'm just holding on to that. But then
as soon as you put like just 1 kilo on, you're like, oh, I'm fat.
I remember though saying that. I remember after my fight, I had like the happiest like week of my life because I was eating what I want, and for the first like couple of days you still have the six pack, like you still look good, and I was like, I ain't trained, I'm eating shit, and I look great, and then literally like you wake up a week later and you're like, oh shit, I gotta sort this out. Would you say there's, if you had to swap Muay Thai for any other sport, would there be one, or is there nothing that compares?
I don't think anything compares to like fighting. We've been doing it for thousands of years, like the gladiators and things. I think it's the like closest thing we could do. That and probably running, because like we'd have to hunt.
But fighting definitely sounds a lot more. It is a lot more exciting than just running.
And it is a game of chess. In a way, because like you look at your opponents now, like whereas back in the day when my dad was fighting, they didn't have proper videos, and they can. Whereas now we can really sit and analyze everything, going with game plans, and be like, well, if this game plan doesn't work, we've got another one, and like
Yeah. It's there's definitely a lot more mentally that I didn't think about going into it. That I was like, oh wow, this like you say, it's a game of chess. It's like you've got to be fit and you've got to be ready for the fight physically, but also mentally. Like there's a whole nother aspect to it that people don't see.
The more fights you have, the more you realize what works for you and like your body, your mental, like your mentality and things like that.
100%. Nice one. We'll finish off with this. Next 5 to 10 years in terms of your fighting career, in terms of your life in general, how you view, like we mentioned with freedom and stuff. What's the plan? Where do you see yourself in fighting and in general?
Infighting, I don't know. I'm thinking about doing one just because you get a lot of attention for it. Because I just like performing. I love performing, and well, the next fight's a world title, so I'll be happy to win a world title. Yeah, just keep going until I don't want to, basically. I do want to have kids as well, and being a woman, you don't really want to have them over 30 sort of thing. So we'll see. It just depends.
Just want to keep fighting, have a family, see what happens.
And then move away, live in the middle of nowhere, fend for myself.
Eating mangoes and kicking trees. It's the life you want to live. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you got to know Aurenna a bit more.
Hope I didn't come across too strange.
No, you were fine, I swear. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy. I'll be honest, I don't know when exactly this is coming out. I think I'm going to aim for next weekend. So if it is next weekend, then you know that I've got my schedule.
It will get posted while I'm in the ring.
In 2 weeks' time, it's like, Aurenna, stop the fight. I've posted it. But yeah, I wish you best of luck for your fight.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Of
course. We'll see. I need to get your dad down here.
Yes, for sure.
So, Jerry, if you're watching this, we need to sort that out 100%. Anyway, guys, cheers for watching.
Thank you.
See you on the next one.